Today we're going to be looking at creating some little collage bugs in our Cozy Art Club. So stick around with me if you'd like to make your own. Hello and welcome back to a Kooky corner of YouTube. It's Cozy Art Club Sunday, and I have designated the month of March, so my own designation. It's going to be Birds, Bugs and Blooms month. It's kind of an ongoing theme throughout all the things that I've been doing recently, and it started at the end of last month and is continuing in to March. So I don't know if you know, but I am also doing the 100-day project, which is 100 days of some kind of an artwork. I want to keep it small-ish because it makes it more doable, and I want it to have some kind of a theme to it. So the first 10 days of my 100-day project have been birds, or will be. I've got a few more to come yet before the first 10 days are up. I'm into day 8 at the moment, but I'm already looking ahead to the next 10, and the next 10 I would like to be some kind of bugs. So I've been working on this one this morning, just because I fancied something that wasn't going to be too taxing, because we've just come out of Abstractory, and I know a lot of you who are watching will also be feeling that you've come out of creating something every day, and I know some of you have also gone on to the 100-day project as well. So I didn't want it to be too taxing, but I also wanted to work on something that I'm going to be doing, and which will feed into what I'm going to do for the 100-day project, and what I'm going to do for the 100-day project then feeds into my stitch work as well. So I don't know if you saw the scroll that I did. That's also entitled Birds, Bugs and Blooms, and that's a stitched scroll, but I'm still basing a lot of my artwork on that theme at the moment because, as I say, 100-day project. So I've been working on these, showed you these last time I think, the artist tiles. You can also work on like similar pieces of watercolour paper if that's what you wanted to work on. But I have pre-prepared, it's a bit like Blue Peter this week, because it's been a busy day today. So I pre-prepared some backgrounds that I want to do some collage bugs on. So I've got 3 here that I've just painted up. They've got, I think it's a gouache. Yeah, it feels gouache. So I've got some gouache backgrounds on these, and I want to do some collage beetles. Now, a lot of people have got a real hang up about bugs and beetles, and I've never been a huge fan, but I am a fan of all the beautiful colours. And as I've been looking at them, I've been looking at the structure and the anatomy of them. So I printed myself off a little page to work from, to look at different shapes of these beetles and things, and I find them rather beautiful. There are so many different variations of them as well, and I know they're not everybody's thing, but I just find them fascinating, especially as a collage piece. They seem to scream collage to me, and I don't know if that's because I have got all these collage papers, and I know I show you these every time, but these have got some iridescent pieces in, and a lot of beetles have got like iridescent sheen to their outer shell casing, whatever it is. So I thought that would be a rather nice thing to do. You don't have to do bugs and beetles. You could do butterflies or moths or whatever else you wanted to do. They would equally translate into a collage piece, but I just wanted to keep it nice and cozy and relaxing and not too taxing. So this was the first one. I always do one as a little starch. I managed to blot it a little bit there, so I'm kind of sad about that. But this was my tester piece, so I'm not too worried. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and recreate some of the shapes of the bugs that I've got on the sheet in front of me. A good place to go and look for them is Pinterest or something like that. You know, get yourself a sheet of bugs. I swore to myself that I had a book on beetles somewhere, but can I find it? I cannot. So we will continue with this lovely sheet. And I've got 3 more cards I want to try and get beetles on by the end of this session. So let's get going, shall we? So looking at these beetles, they seem to come in 3 sections. Let me just take you out a little further. They come in 3 sections. So you've got the head section there. I know there must be technical terms for these now. I'm kind of tempted to go and learn them as well. I want to know all about beetles now. Yeah, I am that kind of person. So yeah, you've got like a head section. You've got a top body, I would say, section, and then you've got the bottom body section. Looks like it's segmented, and I love the shape of the legs, the feelers. I really like those. So I want to make myself a few of these little collage cards, and some of them may make it into my 100-day project, who knows. But I am kind of sad that that one had a little bit of an accident. I don't know if I can try and fix it. Let's have a little look. So this is the carbon ink pen, and I could just try and fix it up a little bit so it doesn't look as bad, and give him some weird feelery end there. Like so. So as I said, the background is like gouache, so just lay down some gouache in whatever colours you want. You know I like bright, so I've got a bit of fluorescent going on here as well. And that's going to be the base card. So let's go this orangey one for the next one. Right, so first of all, you're going to need some collage papers, which I've got a whole pile of here. I've got some scissors because it's going to be cut collage rather than ripped, because I want it to be quite precise for the bodies. I think that's the best way forward with that. I've got a glue stick, just a prick glue stick, and I have got my carbon ink pen, which has got carbon ink in it, and it works rather well for this kind of thing. It's got a nice fine tip to it. You could use a fine liner, that would also work as well, and whatever papers that you've got to hand to make your collage with. I've also got on the desk, I've got some of these acrylic markers. These are the grabby ones, 28 extra fine tip, because I want them to be quite, well, not overly precise, but they were the ones that were closest to hand. So let's get cracking. Right. So I think with this nice orangey background, I kind of think that colour-ish is going to work. And I like that as well. So looking at those, they look quite nice for that. So the first thing I want to do is to cut out a body shape. I'm going to go for a more oval-like shape, I think, this time. Which way around? Let's go for this bit. So the other one was quite a fat beetle, and I'm going to go for just a thinner shape this time, I think. Just my way of changes. They've got quite rounded and curved edges. I like that about beetles. we used to go camping occasionally, and sometimes you get scarab beetles and things hanging around the wash area where you used to go and wash up the dishes. And I just found them fascinating. They were just so beautiful, but yes, so creepy as well. So that's the bottom half. It's a longer bottom half. So I want something that's going to be more of a central piece. Not the same as that. No, that's different. Oh, I can go with that. That's cool. So this is going to be the top half of the body. Also got these curvatures to it. So you don't have to be too precise with it, but let's have a little look how that's going to lie. Do I want that bit over the top? Yeah, let's make it a bit smaller. It's nice to have some Beatle references. I'm not talking John, Paul, George and Ringo, by the way. I should be playing some of that on my music system. A little bit of the Beatles while I make Beatles. Did you ever get into the Beatles? Some of you are probably too young, but I got into them later on. I was kind of like a middle child. No, not a middle child, but I had two older siblings who were quite a bit older than me. And they liked the Beatles, so I got to listen to them quite a bit. But I came to them like in my teen years, or went to school. When I went to school, a lot of my friends were kind of getting back into retro music. I think that's going to disappear, that one. Let's try a different colour. So yeah, it was kind of like the older stuff was coming back in to favour, and so we used to crowd around each other's houses and listen to our parents' Beatles records or our older siblings' Beatles records. And yeah, it was a time. It was indeed. I know my sister said there was kind of like a thing, you were either into the Rolling Stones or you were into the Beatles. It was either one or the other, and never the twain met. I know there are a few Rolling Stones songs that I like, but not many. There's not as many as I'd like of the Beatles. I thought the Beatles were a bit more progressive-y in my mind. You can argue with me if you like. If you're right, you're right. If you like the Rolling Stones, absolutely, you're absolutely right. It's what everybody likes, different things, don't they? I'm struggling here to find a piece of paper. Let's go with this because I want a little headpiece. This beetle is a little different to the last one. I'm just going to cut out the head a bit here, and then that bit is round like that. Let's have him facing the other way, shall we? Now this one here has got quite long feelers, so I'm going to put him towards the bottom of there. So I've got room for his feelers to go. And let's put that a bit, turn that bit round. That's right. Turn that bit there. And then this bit goes there. Okay, that's going to work. So, get my trusty glue stick out. I should also have a little trusty gluing station, which I do not. So this piece of paper is going to have to suffice for that. So let's get the body part down first. Some of the beetles, their legs extend out a bit more at the back. For this particular beetle, he's got legs that don't extend much beyond the back of his body. That's going to go on there. I like the fact I got some iridescence in these papers as well. And if I didn't have, I'd probably try and add some in. And I'll probably want to add some glitter in at some point because it's me. Which way around was that head? That's it. Got it. When you're doing collage, you have to try and remember which way around things are going. Let's take you in a little bit closer, shall we? So his head goes there, like so. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to face him diagonal. He's going to be on the diagonal while I draw all the bits in with my carbon ink pen. So he's got a couple of nodule things on the top here. I am actually going to go and look into these now. I'm kind of fascinated. So he's got like sectioned feelers that come out here. So add those in. Yeah, looking closely, they look like little grains of rice. Fascinating. Oh, I found another rabbit hole to go down, haven't I? Clearly. Right, this bit I want to make more bulbous. There. Guess who's going to be looking into the anatomy of beetles when they go to bed tonight? It'll be me. I will be that person. Don't know what my brain just it kind of thinks, oh, so many things to learn and do and discover, and then it gets an idea like, oh, let's find out all about beetle anatomy, and that's what I'll be doing. It's kind of fun, but I get way too many ideas, and then if I don't look after myself or be careful or stop myself, then I can quite easily go into the small hours researching beetles. And it is that way. It has been that way for well, most of my life, actually. Let's be honest. This is the way I roll. It's not going to change very soon. Okay, so the top. Oh no, I've done it out of his head. Oh, that was a different beetle. Oh well, we're doing a mashup beetle then now. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'll just make more of a head up there. Oh dear. This is why I need to look into beetle anatomy, clearly. All these small obsessions. On another note, I don't know if anybody has also been obsessed with another thing, another one of my obsessions that I got into, which was the program by Mackenzie Crook. It's the Small Profits program. And I don't know if anybody's caught that. It was a very binge-worthy series, can I say? And I did kind of binge it. Okay, my ink pen decided it didn't want to ink then for some reason. It is absolutely like nothing else I have seen in a long time. And I'm not going to tell you much about it either in case you want to catch it. It's kind of like magical realism. If you know what that is, it's kind of like it's set in a real kind of normal situation, but it isn't, it's anything but. And I have loved it to bits. Let me know in the comments if you've watched it as well, because I'm dying to talk to people about it, but some of the people that I know haven't seen it, and I'm kind of, again, it's an obsession. And lots of interesting things to look into from that show too. Life is just one big learning curve, isn't it? There's always something to learn and to look at and to see and to do. Okay, let's get this back feeler in here. Kind of got like these little markings here. Let's get those in. Little feeler parts to his legs. Hey, I'm liking him. Yeah, I like him a lot. Right, so for my backgrounds, as I said, I've got this gouache kind of fluorescent-y background, and I've been adding some spots in with an acrylic pen. So I think I'm going to do the same with this one. Let me move my papers out of the way. Glue stick wants to be part of the scene. Get over there. Also, I want to check, see how much ink I've got left in this pen. Oh, I think we're okay. Maybe. I've got another cartridge to go in there. This is my trusty and faithful. I love that pen. Right, so I am thinking orange. So if you want to do a contrast colour, so if I want to go to orange there, let's do it that way. No, let's do it that way around. Hold on. Orange. So across from orange it's blue. So I need a blue. And I'm going to do some blue circles. That's my background. I love clashing colours. If you've been with me a while, you probably know that about me. I do like all of the colours. And I do like it to be bright and bold. I was listening to an artist talking about they've got a paint set and how to mute down colours that were too bright. And I thought, hold on. It definitely wasn't aimed at me, let's put it that way. I am not a person who mutes down their bright colours, and I know I'm not everybody's taste. I get that, and I know that bright colours aren't everybody's taste, but they are my bag. And you can adapt this to whatever your colour tastes are. You don't have to do bright colours. If you don't want to do bright colours, mute them down. Or you can be a bright magpie womble like me. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Now, as I say, at some point when these are dry, well, I say dry, but when the acrylic's dry, I might add in some glitter because, again, I know glitter's not to everybody's taste, but this is me we're talking about. So the question is now, I've done kind of like a fluorescent-y one. Should I do another one? Oh, let's do the green background. This is kind of like a brushed green background here. Let me take you out a bit more. So, I think I'll do, what beetle shall I do now? I'll do a boxy one, a boxy beetle. Let's get my papers back in. And purples go well with the green, I think. So, ooh, that's got glitter on it already. I think I might have chosen that one. Let's go with that. And how many sections? Oh, there's only 2 sections on this one, but it looks like it's got a split wing section at the back. Interesting. Okay, so I could go with that as the base body and that as the wings. And then, oh, I've got some orangey stuff down here. That would do for the top part of the head. I'm looking at this beetle here, that one there. So I'm going to do him next, I think. So it isn't sectioned in 3s. It looks like it's 2 sections for that one. Again, more beetle anatomy. We're learning. So that can be the head part, that can be the under part, and that can be the top wing part. Right, we've got a plan going on. And I think I'm going to do this. Do I want to do it facing forward? Yeah, let's do him facing forward instead of on an angle, just by way of a change. Right, so let's go with, let's chop that a bit off there. Chop that a bit off there. Save all the bits, they always come in. So he's quite a chunky boy. Let's take, so that's to there. I'm just kind of judging it as well as I can. Whoopsie. Gone a bit weird. I've gone a bit weird. I wonder if I can correct that. Yeah, there's a wing going to go over it, isn't there? Yeah. Okay. So when I correct that'll be fine. This looks like it's more rounded. So I'm going to round off my corners on the top of the body, like that. To leave room for his little leggies to go at the bottom. And wingages. So I want some with some glitter on. Oh dear. Okay, so it's the same shape as this, but it's got a cutout. Okay, so if I use that as a template, if I use that to cut around there, don't move template. That's not the idea. And cut around to there. Okay, so that's his body. And then I'm going to try and create a bit of wingage. Is that a word? It is now. It kind of goes up like that. Yeah. Let's have a look. Okay. Didn't quite cut that one enough down at the bottom there. That's annoying me, that bit. I'm just going to pull it off. I won't be able to see it anyway, so it's not going to be a big problem. And I want this to be more shaped. Okie dokie. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick that to that before I stick it down. Oh, excuse me. I did not mean to hit you on the head. I'm so sorry. I am a bit of a demon when it comes to knocking the camera. Okay, that's better. And now I can see where these edges are sticking out. That makes life so much easier. I'm interested to know whether I could actually rip these shapes and it would look as good. So I might be trying that on another occasion, not today, but further exploration to be had in beetle world. Okay, body there, give room for his leggies. Okie dokie, now we need a head. And I had an orange, didn't I? Yes. So let's have a little looky. I want to use this bit. Scissor shape the head. It's kind of like so. They've got heads that are kind of shaped like vessels. And really, really interesting. Let's have a look, see how that one goes. Okay, I'm going with that, that's fine. So let's stick that one down. I'm kind of worrying that I've stuck this down now. And I might need to move it down slightly. Because he's got very long arms at the top. Okay. Let's get that one on there. I also feel a trip to World of Books coming on where I get where I get a book on beetles. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So 2 sections for this beetle. Let's go down a bit. Clear all the debris. And his feelers are still kind of that sectioned little rice grains. And kind of come up like that. And same on that side. Come out to the side of the head. And I've got 2 little nobules here. So let's get those on. There. Okay, now we've got some. Next time I speak to you, I will know all about beetles, okay? I'll be able to tell you all the different parts of the body. You won't be able to shut me up about beetles. I'll be that annoying person who just won't stop talking. Oh, who am I kidding? I am that already. And we've got like a long part there. It comes down there, like so. And then got a bendy bit. Oh, he's very cool. He's very cool. I like him a lot. So let's get this one down here. Can reshape that. Do do do. Talk among yourselves while I scribble. And then that's a bit wider. There. And that bit comes up there. That's got little feelery bits coming down here. I like you, little guy. You're very, very cool. Widen that a bit at the bottom. There we go. Right. They kind of remind me of like organic robots. They have these outer shells and they're quite robotic, aren't they? I would imagine that some robots have been based on actual beetles because they're very cool. That's that one. Let's get this one in. Trying to work without knocking the camera. And where does that bit go? Oh yeah, comes down there. Comes down. And it goes kind of fluted. That was not fluted enough. Another obsession. This is like confession station. I had pancakes on Pancake Day, and it should have just been the one day. But I've kind of been making them every other day. So I've had banana and blueberry pancakes about 3 times since Pancake Day. I'm just making the most of having the eggs and the flour and stuff, so who am I? Who am I to complain? Well, I should be eating healthier, but pancakes for the win. And he's got a little leg bit that comes out there. We're okay, next one. Really liking this. I hope you're drawing along with me. I mean, you don't have to be drawing beetles. And I have had a request to do some kind of a live. I'd love to do a live. Sadly, I don't know how I'd do it. I think I probably need a moderator to keep an eye on the questions and feed them back to me, because there's no way that I could do this and be able to keep up with questions and things, or people talking to me and asking me something I wouldn't be able to answer because I wouldn't know that they were talking to me. So yeah, I'd have to have some kind of a moderator. I think I might need some different software as well, but I've got absolutely no clue. It's something I promised myself I'd look into to do a live, but as yet have not done so. Right, what did I say? Green. The opposite of green is red, so we're going to have some red. I kind of like this fuchsia-y red though, so we're going to go with that, I think, as the dots in the background. Probably needed a little extra charge up. This is kind of ticking all my boxes because it's got circles in it as well. It's got bright colours. It's got cute bugs. Well, I think they're cute, and I think they're also quite beautiful. Let's get that one down there. Something up there. Little one there. Yeah, I see more bugs in my future. The thing about doing artwork is that it does feed into my stitchcraft as well. So the fact that I can kind of try and translate this into stitch is something that pleases me a lot. So I will probably be doing some more beetles. Hey, I've enjoyed that. Look at the shine, look at the shine. It's got some glitter, glittery wings. I'm thinking though, I don't want to smudge anything. I kind of want that to be less harsh. Let's turn that back a bit. Got to stop to his leg now. There we go. If I was a sensible person, I'd wait for it to dry. So I'm not a sensible person, as you probably already gathered. Hey! So that's 3 little bugs. And you just know there's going to be more of these. Let's take you out a little bit. There's going to be way more of these coming up. Because I am in love. One of these is a handy thing to have because it's also, you know, if you add blue to it, it tells you what kind of colours you get. But also, you've got like all these variations of colour. And you can twist things round. So if you, wait a minute, if you line that up, wait a minute. That's right. If you line that up, so if you've got blue violet, then yellow orange is going to be the complementary. It does tell you all your different complementary colours if you do struggle with that. Wow. Well, that's been a nice and cosy and calm, and I have waffled on a lot about beetles. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've been drawing along with me. I hope to at some point, there's a lot of hopes in that. I hope to at some point be able to predict what I'm going to be doing on the Cozy Art Club, so I can give you some ideas of things to gather together that you can join along with me at the same time. And hopefully, if I can crack it, we might be able to get to do some kind of a live session. If anybody's got any ideas on this, please, in the comments section below, let me know your thoughts on whether you'd be interested in doing like a live session, or if you know how I could do it, or if you were interested in being a moderator, if you know how to do that. I'm absolutely in the dark about it all. So yeah, if you know anything about that, then do leave me a little message in the comments. I have got lots coming up this month. Again, I've got quite a few things boiling over, ready to be completed. The Losing My Marbles quilt is the next thing on my list that's going to be put on this back table behind me, and I'm going to start quilting that. So that's going to be one of the things. I've got my drawers to finish off, which have got the little stitchy front parts of that. Yeah, lots of things. So do hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to know every time I upload a video. That's all from me for now. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will be back here very soon with something else. Bye for now.